Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I've got a Vevor half-inch drive impact socket set, part number SS217834A, that they sent out to us in exchange for our honest opinion on this latest set. So about this set, Vevor is a company that is based in China, and I believe they started around 2007 as a company. So they've been around for a while, and they've been supplying various tools to the industry. But this socket set caught my eye, and anyways, it's a 34-piece set. It's a chromoly set, and we'll jump in here and take a look inside. Now, before I get too far, I did want to note that the clasps on this set are plastic. Now, I am not a fan of plastic clasps because it's just a matter of time before this pops out and breaks and goes away, especially for how heavy this set is. I would prefer a metal clasp. There's a lot of manufacturers that still use the metal clasps on these, and I think that would be definitely usable in this situation. Now, overall height and thickness I wanted to show you guys is going to come in probably about 2 inches thick on this. It is really nice for the sockets you're going to see in here because this case is a blow molded case that is not extra bulky. So let's take a look. Alright guys, so here's the case opened up. You can take a look inside here at all of these sockets. It does come with this little foam divider, which is nice to see. And then you can see here, this is obviously, again, a blow molded case that is actually fairly strong. And the hinge itself is also worth noting. It is just part of the blow molded case. I get that that is a cost saver. I would love to see a hinge back here, especially a removable hinge, because if you could take this and place it in your toolbox or what have you, that would be a nicer setup. So a little bit of feedback to Vevor on this set. Now again, this is a lot of sockets, 34 to be exact, as well as a couple additional accessories that you guys see here. This set is without skips. So you start at 8mm here, work your way all the way up to 36mm. Right, here's your start and your finish. Now I like that because, well, honestly, I don't use an 8mm with an impact. Maybe some of you guys do, but I can't think of a time I have. But I can think of a time I've had to use a 36mm on an Acura. I like also too, if you notice here, there's actually a little bit of retention. There's actually a little lip or a little nipple here. I like that they've included that. Not all sockets click in perfectly, but I like that they've included that with this setup. Looking at the sockets, they all got a nice black phosphate finish. Again, they are all chromoly, and I do like, I mean, here you could see that it is obviously going to be laser etched on the socket, but it is also roll stamped. This I like a bunch. I know you guys are with me that having a socket set like this, that, I'll zoom in a little bit, that only has a laser etching, it is only a matter of time before that wears off and it is gone. So I am not a fan of laser etching. I am a fan of roll stamping because I can still find the right socket that I need to use. Now let's take a look at these. I will note that every socket above 29mm, as you look at this broaching inside here, that actually almost feels like a file. It is not smooth. If you go down to the 29mm, it is still smooth right throughout all of those flats. Now it's also worth noting that these are 6 points. These are not 12 points. And for these I prefer a 6-point socket. But they've also radiused the edges quite, or the corners quite nicely. They've actually done a really good job. These are made quite well. You still have your hole for your detent. You got chamfering on both sides. Nice chamfering. And they've also radiused the corners for your impact. So that way they're less prone to cracking through the corner. And again, same here. But again, worth noting that every single one of these, so 36 all the way down to 30mm, this is like sandpaper inside there. So the broaching, I think, could have been done better on all of these. You can take a look here. See, that's actually a little easier to see how rough that is. Now, is that going to impact the overall functionality? Not really. but that does allow for more wear down over time, essentially losing a little bit of that that finite tolerance that's there. So worth noting. I think they could probably do a little bit better job with that. But as the sockets are, these are good sockets. Good size, good fit. Let's take a look here to extensions. So you get several extensions here. I'll zoom back out, let you guys take a peek. So extensions here are going to come in 3-inch. They're going to come in 10-inch, and they're going to come in 5-inch. And I'll pull these all out here for you to take a look. We'll take a look at right in the middle, medium. Not super hard as far as that detent. They do look to be well made. They do again have the laser etching, and in this case there is no roll stamp. So not as big of a deal with these extensions, these impact extensions, but that would be nice to see on future ones. 10-inch feels much the same, and no roll stamp. Here's the 5-inch. That's probably the softer of the grouping of the detents. I would like to see those a little bit stronger, especially as we're talking about impacts. If those detents, ball detents, could be a little bit stronger, because the last thing you want to do is put this on something, it gets stuck, you go to pull it off, and your extension comes out before your socket does. So please improve that. All right, and then here's a unique one. You've got a 1/2-inch reducer down to a 3/8. None of these are 3/8. They're all 1/2-inch drives. So kind of an oddball placement. I'm not going to gripe because it's still, actually this one is roll stamped, at least the chrome vanadium part. Detent, actually pretty strong on that one. So I'm not going to gripe. I can throw this in another set because at least it's impact rated for a 3/8-inch drive. But does it fit here? No, it's a waste. And then coming over here, the last one we're going to look at is your universal joint. All right, this is your pinned sprung unit. Pretty standard, and it looks pretty good. We'll zoom in a little bit for you guys. Let you take a look. And it's detent, maybe slightly stronger. Yeah, but not much. I could use some improvement too. So I would say, all in all, I mean, looking at this as a complete set, this is very versatile for its size, guys. I mean, you're talking about, I'll zoom back out here for you guys to see. You're talking about something that you could easily pick up and run off with, put in your truck, all right, leaving the shop. Again, I would like to see that this would be removable here, so you could actually place this inside your toolbox and have these well organized. But they did a good job with keeping this as a minimalist size for easy carrying, easy transport. So yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Pricing on this and where I got it, Amazon is where I picked it up at. This set is like $70 right now. Pricing wise, that's the other kicker on this. It is a great price for a socket set. There's other manufacturers who don't even come close with this. I mean, this 0 skips all the way up to 36 millimeters. There's really nobody who does it in this long impact set. Some go up to 32, but not all the way up to 36. This is a unique set. I would say if you're in the ballpark for something that gets you everything, so you cover yourself no matter what you're working on, even 8 millimeters, whatever reason, this set is a complete set. Judging by what I've looked at here, this set's going to do very well for you. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Is there another manufacturer that you've seen out there? I know I've seen some Tectons, some Sunexes, but they're different in that they don't do a big run like this, and also they're more expensive than this set. So again, love to hear your thoughts, and if you haven't, please like, please subscribe, and we'll keep shooting videos your way. All right, guys, talk to you soon.